So this is basically my tank evasion ranger character. You can see the life is rather low, and that is mainly because I don't have really that much gear that actually have that much life, and I haven't been able to focus super much on life. But as you can see, all the nodes here are basically defensively in the form of evasion rating, HP, block chance, like here. And you can see I also got acrobatic with this because this is a 100% block and dodge build. I don't really use any armor or evasion rating for this build. Also using Ondor's Guil and Point Blank. Point Blank for the reason that the main spell I'm using with this build is Lightning Strike to get a good single target damage as well as some clear. And I think it works very well with this character because I went up with this character to be very lightning heavy and really characteristically being lightning damaged all over the place. Now I could get this, but it's actually 3 points for 30% increased lightning damage, and most of my lightning damage I do also scale on physical damage, so I think I'm just better off taking like these two for example, or stuff like that. Sorry, my nose is kinda... I think I'm starting to get sick or something like that, but just try and ignore how I sound. But you can see the basic of this character is just as much HP as possible, together with block and evasion rating. And I also grab all the frenzy shots just because the way I at first was gonna make this character sustain was through these. So you can see I get 1% of life regen per frenzy charge, which is really good, considering that I can have 7 charges. So I can get 7% HP regen, and then I got a 1.5 here, and that's pretty much the only HP regen I got, I believe. I'm trying to get to this, maybe, I'm not 100% sure, because it got a life regen and also maximum life. But I'm basically just trying to get as much maximum life now as possible, since increasing maximum life prevents me from getting one-shotted, and since this is an evasion rating build, I don't have much armor, so when I get hit, I actually get hit quite hard. So I definitely need more HP. Also helps me to prevent from getting stunned and stuff. It's just that, as you can see, I'm not really close to that many just HP nodes. I do have these, which are HP and evasion rating, and then I got these for pure HP, and this is probably where I'm going to spend my points as of now. Sorry. I'm also trying to get here because it's quite a bit of damage. Some strength is really good because, as you can see here, this is a dexterity based. I don't have much strength, but I do run, like I said, lightning strike or something like that, and you can see I don't have that much strength. So if I were to level up this more, it could be a little hard to use. So grabbing that is not bad. And then I got an 8% and 12%, and I actually get a 6% here and a 12% armor. I do have some armor, and I can't explain why. Now it's extremely low though, and I might actually even have to change this in the future. The main reason is the abilities I'm using is lightning strike, which makes it extremely hard to find what I prefer, which is an evasion rating piece of gear with a high evasion rating, to have 2 or preferably even 3 red sockets. What I prefer to go is lightning strike, merely physical damage, obviously a multi-strike, and then a faster attack. And you can imagine that's rather hard to use. It's extremely hard to get with this kind of build. Obviously I could go a green node heavy spell like double strike. It would do some great amount of damage as well. It's just the problem is that it doesn't really have any kind of AoE, and to support it to get AoE I need a multi-strike, not melee splash, which then again it just makes it so I need a red game anyways. Or I just ignore a single target whatsoever. But that's a good part with Lightning Strike. I don't actually have to grab any AoE to this skill because it can hit up to 4 guys in total. The one you're attacking and then the 3 sparks coming out behind him. Enables you to actually hit 4 persons in total. So it's actually rather good just clearing wise without actually grabbing it to making it an AoE. I could also go Molten Strike, which definitely works, but the fact that I can use this on range is really good. And like I said, it's more characteristic. I used to go Wrath and Temper Shield on this guy. Now Wrath is not really that useful anymore, mainly because it does increase damage, and I do attack really fast with this character. I'm using a knife that got a 2-second attack speed. This is actually a really good knife I got from a friend, so big shout out to him. Even though I don't really have to shout out anything, he doesn't have a YouTube channel or anything, but yeah. So it's a really good dagger. So I attack really fast and everything, so it would do good. It's just that I cannot really spare to use it. I have a rather good block chance. You can see here it's a 68%, 75 is max, so it's rather close to max. So this actually boosted up to a 72%, and it gives quite a bit of lightning damage if I block, and you can see the lightning damage 92 to 138. It's basically almost like a Wrath. If you like take out the average damage, this is probably even more because it doesn't have that low of low damage, minimum damage, so to say. Sorry. And then one of the reasons why I have such high block chance is because I found this shield, which is amazing. The only downside is that it doesn't have that high evasion rating, but it got a huge block chance, a huge lifesteal, a good resistance, and some physical attack life leech. This is just an awesome shield altogether. It's just the evasion rating and 7 life regen per second doesn't really do shit, and that's pretty much the only thing it lacks. And as you can see, it doesn't have any level requirements. Well, it does. If I remove the game, you can see level requirements 8. I actually found this quite end game. The shield I used before, I believe, was this, which you can see is also rather good. It's just that this got a 26% block, this got a 40, which is huge. And I got this neck as well. 50% of block chance applies to spell, which is one of the main reasons why I want such a high block, because you can see chance to block spells is actually 34. When I use the Temper Shield, it actually goes up by 2%, since the block, this gives 4% block and half of that goes to spell, so this increases the chance to block spells by 2%. So I get a 36% chance to block spells. Altogether, that is huge. The downside with this character is that you can see the resistances are extremely low. I actually have a belt that I actually got better resistances, which I'm just gonna get, so be right back. And here we go, I got this, which is the one I use on my shadow. It's loads of damage and also a triple resist, which is really good. The downside is that it actually got quite a bit of HP, so I'm gonna lose that, so that's rather sad. And as you can see, I also lose the strength, so I'm not even sure if I can run this. I cannot run shield shot, which is okay, so the problem though is I cannot use my lightning strike without the belt. And yeah, as you can see, I could really need some more strength. So before I get this, I think actually I have to try and find a way to actually get this, because the 20 strength is really good. The range of melee skill, and it's close to a 8 and then a 12% life. It's just that I could just go these, but getting this is really good. But I guess I would go this, and then here, grabbing these, then grabbing the life, and then actually grabbing this one, which is a little wonky, but yeah. So you can see I cannot even run this, but if I run this, my resistances are getting better, and I can run a Purity of Elements, so I can actually get almost decent resistances, and the good part about this character is that I don't really need super good resistances, mainly because I have the chance to block spells, and I also have the chance to dodge spell damage 30% from the phase acrobatics right here. And that's really where this character shines. It's got all these chance to evade. You can see 30% chance to evade and 40% chance to dodge. Obviously this goes up if I put on a different chest piece, or if I put on grace or something like that. And you can see this is a chest piece that I want to use because it got a huge amount of evasion rating, and increased attack speed is also really good. It's extremely good. The downside is that I don't get any HP or resistances from it, so I actually use this chest, which is really good. Actually, it's not really good, but it's rather good. It's okay. It got a decent fire and coal and life, and that's pretty much the things I need with this kind of character. But as you can see, I cannot even run these, so I have to completely rely on my purity of elements. I'm gonna put there together with the reduced mana again. I don't even know if I got the exact things that I want. I think I might go like that, because as you can see with this kind of build, I don't have actually anything that increases aura effects. I don't have here. I don't have anything that increases the effects of auras. I'm simply not close enough to get them. Sure, here's just 1, 2, 3 points, and I'm right here, which would be good. But then there's some points here, and yeah, might do in the future. Like, this is only a level 62 guy, so might do something in the future. But as of now, I cannot really run too much auras. The main spell I'll use, like I said, is Lightning Strike, and I'm gonna support it like this: faster attack, Lightning Strike, multi-strike, and melee physical damage, which actually gives it a decent amount of damage. And also you can see that I'm running the Thief's Torment on this character as well, and I'm not even running these boots. These boots what was sustaining my life, because it gives such high regen. But until I actually can find more HP, I'm actually not gonna use those boots, and instead I'm using these boots, Cannot Be Frozen, because my resistances are rather low, especially cold, and getting frozen is actually rather easy because I don't have that much HP, so I can be frozen for quite some time very easily. That is why I use this. And this chest piece I just have here because I don't think I have any more space to place it. Oh yeah, I do. And you can see I'm full in my stash and everything. That's just the way I roll, I guess. Oh yeah, and I can put back shield charge. You can see I use shield charge with endurance charge on melee stun, and the shield charge got a 100% chance to stun, so it just goes hand in hand. And these are just pretty much stuff that I found that I haven't really been able to put away. Now, abilities that I did use before at least, and you can see the socketing by the boots. I used Frenzy with faster attack and multi-strike just to stack up Frenzy as fast as possible, because this got a 26% chance to gain Frenzy charge when killed, but if you're up against a boss or something like that, you have to have Frenzy to actually get Frenzy charges, and that was my main source to get HP back. So I basically had to run Frenzy. So I basically just went faster attack and multi-strike to stack it up as fast as possible, and I went for blind just because I'm gonna stack it up fast anyways, and if I go against something that hits really hard like coal, this would be really good because it would give me loads of evasion and block against him, and also blind him, and just pray for the better. Now, since I don't have any armor, I get hit rather hard and I don't have that much life, so I get stunned a bit, which is also why I kinda want to have this or something like that. I would like to run the Eye of Shayula, it's just that my resistances are simply too low for this, because this I run to get 50% block chance to spell, so it basically gives me a 36% chance to block spells. Like I said, when I have Temper Shield on right here. So it's actually huge. And the other reason why I use Shadow View is because it reduces my maximum life with 20%. You can actually see from 2.1 it goes down to 1.9, so it actually reduces by 200, which is actually quite a bit considering I don't have that much life. It basically reduces my life by 20%, which is rather huge. And yeah, I'm just gonna open up an area where I can show you kinda how this build works, and yeah, we'll see where, and yeah, see you in a little bit. And here we go, I have to open up a docs. And as you can see here, I don't have the perfect socketing, so I cannot run Grace, Purity of Elements and Temper Shield, and even if I did, I'm not 100% sure if that actually would work whatsoever, because you can see my mana is rather low. The Lightning Strike cost 34, and since I use Thief's Torment, I basically just need as much mana so I can hit once. Basically. But yeah, so I opted to go for Grace and Purity of Elements because my resistance are rather low. It's actually really low. And I went for the Bronze Litchi, whatever. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. Basically I went for this because it got a high evasion rating. I wanted to try it out. You can actually see my chance to evade, it goes up quite a bit. And because it got a perfect socketing for my Frenzy. So I'm actually gonna just put Frenzy here, and you can see it costs 37. Obviously it deals less damage than Lightning Strike, because Lightning Strike has the melee physical damage applier and it's got just simply a blind. And that's also a good thing with the blind, it doesn't increase the cost anything. So if you have any kind of problem with mana and you can't support the spell, just throw in a blind instead. It doesn't hurt, and it doesn't increase anything. But like I said, normally I use this socketing combo on the boots. And if it gets too hard for the resistances, I'm just gonna swap to this. I just put in basically Frenzy together with faster attack, and I don't even rely that much on Frenzy with this setup because I don't use the boots. But still, being able to have 7 Frenzy charges actually increases damage quite a bit. You can see 2.6 now. You can see I can actually tank quite a bit here before I actually get hit. And this is the main thing about this build. It actually takes a long time before they actually hit you whatsoever. But the main problem with this build is that once I get hit, I get stunned. So my HP goes down. And my Thief's Torment is the main thing that actually keeps my HP back. So I want to hit fast after I get hit, but I cannot do that because I get stunned. So the main problem with this character is that I get stunned, definitely. So it's either like chance to reduce getting stunned, or immune to stun. I can do that with Eye of Sheol, it's just that my resistances are way too bad. If I could get better resistances, I might actually sacrifice the Stone of I don't know, whatever. With the Stone of Sheola here to get back HP faster. Well, not being able to get stunned. You can see my HP drops really fast when I'm up against these kind of guys. And yeah, I can. Yeah, okay, yeah, I am using a bad fast attack with here. And you can see that actually hurt a lot, and that's because I have a high block chance on spells, but those choose spells so fast. This build is definitely better for those that hit rather hard but really slow. And that is simply because of the reason that these are gonna hit quite a bit of them anyways. It doesn't matter how I do, they are gonna hit quite a bit. Like, even if I basically dodge or whatever half of the spells, or a third, or like a third. Well, I got the chance to dodge as well. You can see dodge spells here, 30%. So even if I dodge like half or even 2/3 of the spells, the 1/3 or half of the spells that are gonna hit are actually gonna do quite a bit of damage to these characters because I have such bad resistances. So yeah, You can see this character could be really tanky if I could get everything work the way I want. It's just that it's quite a bit of work to get there. And I can go in and stun, get an early charge. Obviously I can chain stun to get more charges. And now I pretty much have to attack, because if I don't, I'm just gonna die instantly. Oh god, I don't know exactly what's happening. I'm gonna try and get away. There we go. The shield charge to get away. I got stunned a lot, but I didn't really know why I got stunned. You can see me not attacking quite sometimes. It was not that I got frozen, because I cannot. Well, frozen. I don't think it was shield either, because it just completely stopped attacking. So I think I got kinda chain stun there. And that is the problem. If I tank loads of them, I can actually get chain stun, because 1-on-1 is a really low chance he's gonna attack me and hit me twice in a row. But if there are 10 around me, there's actually quite a big chance that each volley of their attacks, one of them are gonna hit me. And if one of them is enough to stun me, I can actually get chain stun rather easily with this character. So you can see kind of the importance of trying to not get stunned with this character, this build. It doesn't really go that hand in hand, just that much. It's a really fun build. I really like the build. It's fun. And obviously I can run other spells with this as well. And these guys got extra life, gonna take some time to kill. I'm gonna kill that thing. That faster attack, that's a pain in the ass. And now you can see I actually get hit quite a bit, and I actually get quite some stun. I'm gonna just stack up my frenzy charges. And that's also, I really wanna have my boots, the frenzy boots, because they kind of works as a backup, since I get 7% of my HP back per frenzy charge. It actually works really well, and I guess I could just show you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna switch up the games here, and I'm gonna show you how much HP regen I actually can get with that spell. Well, the boots. So be right back. And here we go. Now, since I did get these boots on, I just switched the socketing to this for the frenzy, and put this chest piece on instead, because I actually want at least some cold resistance to help me not get frozen. You can see my fire resistance here is 6%. I'm gonna go and grab 5 frenzy shots, and I'm gonna tank. I think I saw a yellow wolf before. Gonna grab this one. Let's see, I think I saw. But you can see this guy still do some damage, but I get quite a bit of HP regen. You can actually see my HP regen right now is almost 200, so it's actually rather good. So just being able to stand here, I am gonna take some damage obviously from these guys mostly, but it's actually not hurting that much. So this HP regen together with the Thief's Torment is actually what I want, to have some good HP regen and some good life hits. So this actually helps me get my HP back so fast. The main problem is that I can actually get rather one-shotted, or at least now I can get frozen, which is actually devastating. And you can see this guy, he's got a powerful crit. You can see he doesn't really do that much damage. Just since I regen so much. And together with hits, obviously, it's just gonna be even better. There we go. Obviously I hit a little slow now because I'm not using the chest piece, which had a 10% faster attack speed. But most of the time I actually don't even have to use frenzy if I don't really want to here, because when I kill, I got a decent chance to actually to get that frenzy charge. It's a 26% chance when I kill something, and if you just attack something and kill rather fast, it actually attacks us rather quickly. If you're up against a brute attack, you just basically switch and do one volley of frenzy attack instead, and it works just fine. So this character does actually have some very good defenses. It's just that it's not exactly where I want it to be, and there can be some scary one-shots death, and especially if you get frozen without the frozen boots and getting chain stun. That's the main reason, well, the main weakness of this build right now. But just leveling up this guy a little more, trying to get some better gear, some better resistance on the off gear that I can. Like for example, the gloves here, oh, I got a fire and lightning resistance, but not exactly that good, and no life. So I could definitely get some better there. The belt, obviously, I would like to be able to use this belt. It would help a lot. So get some more strength would help me with that. This head doesn't have any resistance whatsoever. In this head it's actually very bad. I just had to use something that I actually could use my main attacks on, basically, and I haven't farmed that much for this character. So getting a better helmet, I mean, I got in my stash better helmet that would give more HP and resistances. That would just be better all over. It's just that it's so hard to actually make something to have the right kind of socketing. It's just insanely hard, because I want 3 red gems, at least 2, because of the lightning strike and the multi-strike. I can swap out melee physical damage to something else. It's just that I think that the melee physical damage is definitely the thing that gives me the most kind of damage. You can see the AoE here is actually rather good, even though I just basically use this attack single target wise. He just fly, 4-shot, this is not really a problem. Whenever I want to, I just go in and grab endurance charges. Since the endurance charges got a 100% chance to stun, it's very easy for me to grab those. It's just a little hard to maintain, but I could just go endurance try with it, obviously also. It's just that I am really got against for it. I could just run an endurance charge here just to maintain well, endurance try to be able to maintain the endurance charges. Would actually probably help quite a bit, because that does reduce damage in a percentage, which in the same way that armor does. It's just that armor doesn't scale with this character that well, because I have acrobatics. So I'm just gonna stack up some frenzy, and then I'm just gonna go ham. And you can see when I don't get hit and when I don't get stunned, the damage on these characters is actually very decent. And survivability on this character is also rather decent. It's just that it needs quite a bit of things to actually go hand in hand to actually work. And for now, the main thing is that I need more HP, so I don't get stunned that much, because I can't get chain stunned. I need better resistances and HP, obviously, so I don't have to worry as much of getting frozen. So I can run these boots instead of these boots, and get some great resistances would be very good. So I can run this instead of this, because the evasion is just insanely big difference. You can see 54% to 60%, an extra 6% chance to dodge attacks. It's actually very huge. Also increase attack speed on this, which is rather good, and level of movement gem. So I could probably just use this together with whirling blades, which is probably gonna be the movement choice of movement ability on this character, basically, because I use the daggers, and I don't really see any reason to use anything else, because hitting fast is good for Thieves Torment. Obviously the crit is not really the one thing that is super good with this guy. Got a crit chance, but you can see I don't really synergize that much on crit. Actually, I don't even think I got any kind of crit chance whatsoever with this character. No, it doesn't seem like it. Oh yeah, I think that's actually my next step, grabbing this node. Just going boom, boom. because of the 12% maximum life, which means that both of these would be a 6% life, which is not that good, considering that I could just go in here and it's to 8%, but it's not horrible, and the 20 strength actually benefits really good, because if I get that I could probably use this. You could see I can level up my lightning strike, but it would require another 6 strength, which means if I reduce this, yeah, I need more strength, definitely. So yeah, I actually think that's my next step on building this character, getting these, and I could actually, if I want to, go into here, dagger, yeah, and increase dagger, max life, and then max life, yes, percentage, and yes, a fixed. But for now, it's probably gonna be these, and here, and obviously here. Mainly this and this, because I need the strength. Would be really good. And if I'm here, I might as well just take 2 points to get an endurance charge. Since the endurance charge, as you can see here, physical damage reduction per frenzy charge and additional elemental resistance per frenzy charge is 4%, which actually be very good. And using an endurance cry on this build is definitely something that I just basically need to do. There is no big reason not to. And that's basically the build in a nutshell. I'm not gonna go through much. This is not a super advanced build or anything like that. It's just something that I think is really cool. What I'm trying to do right now is being able to put in a temper shield, grabbing more HP, more resistances, and just more strength and HP from the tree here, the passive, well, the nodes basically. Maybe some more evasion rating. I would really love to have reflexes. That would really do much to this build. It's just that it's so many points to get there. Even if I get like here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points to get there, it's not really that much. And considering that my evasion rating is pretty much the only thing that is already rather good, and I can get it up to a 60% if I use this. And if I were able to get a helmet that is better and even got evasion rating, I mean, preferably I would want to have, like with all other characters, the one that reduces the cost of auras, the level of auras, and makes you immune to frozen. That is the best thing I could get on this character as well. And now you can see pretty much why I want it so much. It's because I have 3 characters that are going into the end game basically that needs it very, very much. So if I have that, then there is absolute no reason for me to have these, and I can definitely use these, and that would just be super, super good. It's just that it's so hard for me to grab the right nodes, well, no, not nodes, the right color of the sockets to be able to run the spells I want, and that's the main problem. That is the main problem now, and it has been the main problem for a long time. But if I could use that helmet instead, I think it actually got some life as well. But it got a cold resistance. And if I could get some better gloves, being able to use these instead, and I could probably pretty much get fixed with the resistances that I want. Might be able to switch this out to this. Obviously this have no HP or anything like that, but it's loads of evasion rating and 10% attack speed is great. Or just basically find a chess piece that is even better than this, that pretty much got life, resistances, and even higher evasion rating. If it got like 700 evasion rating with HP and resistance, that is probably even better than this one. Definitely even with the attack speed this got. It's just basically that I got this from a friend. He didn't needed it, he found it, and yeah, it's not really that good of a chess piece. It's not that expensive, so it's not worth that much selling, but it got a good evasion rating and an attack speed, which synergizes with this character very well. So I just grabbed it and be like, I'm gonna use it if I find the options to use it. And together with these boots, I definitely think you can, basically because you don't get frozen. But if you are in an area where getting frozen is not really the big problem, but that they are loads that doing freeze damage, like if you're in an area with loads of freeze pulsar, then maybe grabbing this instead because it got cold resistance. And obviously I want this as well. This gives me more of a chance to survive versus lots of frozen. If I stack up my frenzy and get frozen, I can still regen some HP. Without this, I basically have no HP regen, and it all is based on this little guy right here. But that's basically the entirety of this character. Lots of dodge, evasion rating, block, and HP regen with this, life on hit with this, and that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of my character. Like, once again, this is even a character that I try to go tank with, and you can see only 2000 HP at level 62. It's actually rather low. I don't know, but all my characters seem to be glass cannon, but I think that's mainly because I don't actually have that as much HP as I would think in this build. I only got these, which is 1288 and 1888, and then basically here 8 8 and 10, and then it's just 4 4 and 10. It's not really that much. I mean, nothing here is HP. Well, that is 10 maximum life, but really it's not that much HP. Here we got some HP as well, but yeah. And one of the main reasons is also this is not a strength based character, so obviously I don't get as much life from there. I only have 75 HP from the strength, compared to if I were here I would have 150, which obviously would scale better with all the percentage life. And I don't have that much HP from my gear. As of now, I only have mediocre life here, mediocre life here, and that's basically it. Well, I have a good life here. Then that's it. And of course the shield got a good life as well. This is a really good shield, and if you want to do a similar build, definitely check this shield out. It's probably gonna be your best shield you can get. Obviously there are better shields, but for this build specifically I think this is the best in slot shield that I know of. Just because it got loads of HP and a good lightning resistance, but mainly for the extreme high block chance. A 40% block chance is huge, especially if you have something that also gives block to spells like this. This is just a huge neck and shield in combination to this build. I'm actually very happy how this character is working and everything. But like all my other characters and all characters in Path of Exile in total, it's not complete and it needs some working, like all of them. But I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of my evasion, shield, tank, ranger, with kind of a lightning aspect to it. Like I said, I was gonna go lightning strike, temper shield, and rather that was kind of the gimmick of this build, that it was high lightning and evasion, and it kind of goes hand in hand, you know, lightning, get reflexes, being lightning fast and everything, and hit very fast. It just was a very cool everything, but now when I get to the end game I do realize that it's not much enough of an resistance, so I definitely need the purity aura here. But if I could get the temper shield here together with the reduce mana gem and together with the wolf head thingy, I might be able to run all three of them. Since I don't need that much mana, I just need enough mana so I can do all my abilities at least once, which for now is 37. But yeah, like I said, like I think 3 or 4 times like now. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, then please subscribe and leave a like, add a comment, add a favorite, whatever you want to do. It helps out a lot and I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.